Hi, it's Maggie, the Irish Gypsy, here to bring you your April 2024 general reading. We are looking at the first half of April, roughly from the 1st to the 15th, and this reading is for our lovely lions, the fire sign of Leo. I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for being here. So, Leo, this is for you for the first half of April 2024. If your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Leo. If you're cross-watching for a Leo, it is also relevant. Of course, it's a general reading. It may resonate a little differently for everyone. If you know that your other sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, watch them for additional insight. And if something really does resonate with you, if it hits home and you'd like to take a deeper look at it, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. You can see that email address, that contact info, by clicking the description or the title of this video. I would love to hear from you. I do offer quite a wide variety of readings, all areas of life, different types, lengths, costs, styles, spreads. There's something in there for everyone. And I can usually get back to you within the same day or within 24 hours with that information. And I'm also pretty diligent at timely scheduling too, if that's important to you. So if you're interested, email me. Okay, let's move right into this, Leo, and see what the first half of April looks like for you. I am using the Royal Deluxe Tarot, clarifying with the Gilded Tarot, both by artist Ciro Marchetti. Well, Leo, we begin with you. Queen of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This Queen of Fire. Now, this is a general reading, so it's showing up as a queen, but it could be male as well. Most of you, this is likely you. For some of you, it might be another fire sign that's relevant somehow. With the Two of Wands, contemplating a decision, a choice, two paths. Which one should I take? Next, we have the Hermit. Reflection, taking a look at this, really kind of withdrawing a bit, getting quiet and asking yourself and asking Spirit, getting in touch with your intuition. What should I do? What is going to be best? What is going to be best for me? What might be best for other people involved? Some of you, this may represent also seeking out help from a trusted advisor, somebody that whose opinion you value, that has wisdom and experience. Because that's what the Hermit does. He kind of withdraws and looks but the Hermit also uses his wealth or her wealth of experience, because that's how he or she has gained all of this wisdom and knowledge, by walking quite a long path. And now it's about kind of using that knowledge and using that experience to find an answer to move forward, because it does look like there's a decision to be made here. With the Hermit, we have the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups on its surface represents an offer being made. This could be an offer coming in towards you, or one you're considering making to someone else or something else. It's kind of a card of looking at it, but not quite sure if this is something that you want, something that you need. It may be that you feel you don't necessarily need it, because here this person already has 3 cups upright and full, and this one being offered to him, I don't know if I really need it or not. I always feel there's a bit of cautionary advice in here as to not, free will, free agency, you can say yes or you can say no, but sometimes this Four of Cups can represent not really looking at something closely enough, or disregarding it out of hand because we've perhaps grown complacent, or maybe have a lack of gratitude for what's being offered, or a lack of appreciation for what's being offered. So there's a bit of contemplation in an offer or an opportunity of some kind. Now, next we have the Page of Coins, starting off on a brand new path, maybe a brand new path of knowledge and learning, skills, very eager for that knowledge. with the King of Cups. So this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Could be male, but it's in a general reading, could be female as well. This could be a person that's significant or influential here. It may be the person that is driving or influencing this offer or opportunity. For others of you that it may not represent a specific individual, we read the energy of the card, which is, the King of Cups is somebody who, balances things, has learned on his or her path to balance things with compassion. Both of these cards as a standalone by themselves represent that you may be contemplating starting a new path, a new endeavor of some kind. It could be work, it could be creative, it could be relationship. But there's an energy here of needing to, balance everything that you do on this path with a sense of compassion and support. Or, emotional intuitiveness, emotional intelligence. Our King of Cups is like the person that's going to give you a really nice warm hug on a bad day, right? So it's kind of taking inherently that energy and using it to balance out perhaps, contemplating driving down a new path. It may be that there's a sense of eagerness and, maybe wanting to just kind of rush ahead, disregarding or not carefully considering, all the different consequences that your choices might have, and needing to balance those out with some emotional maturity and compassion as well. Now, from the bottom of the deck, representing overall focus, we have the Five of Swords. This is interesting because the Five of Swords can represent a victory, but it's a victory that comes at all costs or at any cost. It can be a card that represents, competitiveness or bullying, or it can represent the energy of somebody who wants to achieve whatever it is they want to achieve or win whatever it is they want to win. And morals and ethics are not a consideration, right? It's about doing whatever it takes to win or to achieve or to overcome something. So there's always the question in the Five of Swords, is it worth it? I'm picking up a bit of a sense here, Leo, that for many of you, that there's an underlying kind of caution or question here about, it may not be that the choice is immoral or unethical or anything like that, but it may be about whether it's worth what you would have to do on this path to achieve it, or being careful about how you begin a new path, making sure to just not bullhead, just rush ahead, but to kind of balance that, especially if it's something that may affect other people. So let's peel it back a little bit. Let's take a look at that overall energy of the Five of Swords. Yeah, the Ace of Wands, Ace of Fire, the beginning of fire, the number one, a new path, excitement, creativity, passion, desire, inspiration, action, motivation. And the High Priestess, similar to the Hermit too. The High Priestess is about getting quiet and kind of touching base with spirit, your intuition. Some people call it higher self, some people call it gut instinct. It's our connection with the divine. That kind of voice inside of us that makes us feel compelled towards one thing over another, intuition. So again, there's a choice, there's some kind of new path or new opportunity or offer in front of you, and there's the sense of, I want to take it. We've got you, the Queen or King of Fire here. I want to go down this new path. It may be, or an offer, an opportunity being presented to you, but there's this sense of, okay, be careful. Don't just rush forward. Take a step back and ask yourself, is the end goal actually worth what it might cost me on the path to getting it or taking advantage of it? Let's take a look at this Queen of Wands and Two of Wands, primarily that Two of Wands. We have the Lovers, which typically points to a relationship, a pretty connected or even karmic relationship. And it typically represents a choice as well, kind of a relationship at a crossroads. Now, the choice might be about the relationship itself. Do we continue forward? And if so, how? Do we go our separate ways? And how do we do that? Now, the choice might be in another area of life, but it may be, one where the consequences of that choice is going to significantly affect a primary relationship. So that's something that needs to kind of be talked about with your partner or with anybody involved. For some people in a relationship issue, it might represent a third-party situation, like needing to choose between two people or something of that sort. Goodness, we have the King of Wands and the Emperor here. So we have kind of a couple here already, the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So for many of you, this is, relationship central. We also have the Emperor, which is connected to the sign of Aries, which is a fire sign. So there's strong Aries energy here for a lot of you. Some of you, that may be your partner, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Let's pull one more. Ten of Cups, the happy home, happily ever after, or marriage, wedding, family card. So a decision which is going to affect a relationship, home and family, whether it's about the relationship or another area, and trying to figure out what the best thing to do is here, because it feels like whatever choice you make, it's going to affect a relationship or another person, perhaps other people, perhaps a family. And so it needs to be carefully considered whether or not you want to do it, and if so, how. Let's take a look at this Hermit and the Four of Cups. We've got the Hierophant, Ten of Wands, Four of Wands. Four of Wands is the other happy home celebrations. The Hierophant and the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Wands indicates that, you're feeling a kind of burden, maybe feeling overwhelmed. You may be going through a difficult time, right now. The Hierophant, is a card of the norm, the institution, the tried and true path. There's a pretty strong indication here for some of you, especially with, that Hermit and the Hierophant, is you may be going through a tough time. The Four of Wands represents, that it may be difficult and it may be challenging, but there's big rewards at the end. But there's also quite a strong sense here, Leo, that you can't do it alone, that you don't need to be the lone wolf on this path, to seek out help, guidance, and support here as well. Let's take a look at that Page of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Two of Wands again. What is this choice? Queen of Wands again, and the Tower. It feels like you're a bit stuck, Leo. It feels like I feel like a lot of you need to seek out some kind of guidance or help or advice, because it feels like there's a situation which needs to be acted on or decided on. But in order to do it, but the decision, the Tower is the breakdown of something in a pretty significant, profound way, and moving forward on a completely different path after that, because the Tower usually represents a major event, sometimes unexpected, sometimes we create ourselves, that ends something in a pretty big way so that we can start off on a brand new path. And the whole energy of this reading, regardless of what this situation is, whether it's just about a relationship for some of you or whether it's about another area that's going to impact the relationship, the challenge here is it worth it? Because it looks like making this change, or perhaps creating or allowing the Tower card energy to happen, there's going to be some challenges and some costs to that. For some of you, it might mean the end of a relationship so that you can move forward on another path. And only you can decide, and this is a general reading, only you can decide which path is best for you. It feels like for some of you, the choice is, if I go down this new path, I'm going to have to walk away from someone or something important. And is this new path important enough for me to do that, to sacrifice that, or to take the chance of risking that? And if so, what is the most ethical way to do it? So let's end with some guidance, advice, feedback from Spirit. Temperance. This is practicing temperance, balance. It's learning how to shift and adjust without losing your center, kind of like that King of Cups, being emotionally mature, exercising compassion. Even if we have to do something that we know is going to hurt another person, there's a way to do it with maturity, with balance, and with compassion. Neither too much of none or one or too much of the other. This is not an extreme radical energy, quite the opposite. Learning how to kind of balance and blend things that might be challenging and still remain temperate and compassionate. 7 of Wands, strength, standing up for what you believe in, holding on to that which you believe in, facing fears, doubts, insecurities. The Star, the 6 of Swords, hope, renewal, restoration of faith, healing. 6 of Swords is healing as well. Spirit says there's a possibility. It feels like Spirit's encouraging you at the very minimal, because this is a general reading, that Spirit is encouraging you not to do anything super radical right now, to practice moderation and compassion. There is some energy here for some of you not to abandon a situation just because it's difficult right now, that there's a way to navigate through this, and that there is healing on this path and renewal on this path. Even if it's a path where two people go in two different directions because they can't align on what they want most, or what they want most has changed in terms of them being aligned together, you can still have love and compassion and healing on this path. So I will leave it there. Leo, those are your messages for the first half of April 2024. I hope you enjoyed it and found it relevant and useful, or at least, gave you something to think about in your decision making moving forward in this. Again, if this did resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at it, peel the curtain back a bit, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself as a gift for someone else, email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can see that contact info by clicking the description or title of this video. I would be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the April mid-month readings. Until then, stay well, stay safe. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.